Hello, my name is Ana Karen Alejo. I'm 32 years old and I am from Mexicali. I'm a teacher in a middle school. I have been working there for more than 3 years. I graduated from the university in 2017 in the normal. I got my first job as a teacher the following month after my graduation. However, it was temporary. After that, I did the test to get my base in 2018 and now I work 20 hours in Tijuana. I decided to study for this master's degree to learn how to teach English as a second language. And because I want to do the test again to get more hours, but now to teach English, but in elementary school. For the first activity that we did on this class was a concept map. During doing this activity, I really enjoy it because was a tool very easy to use. Also, the chapter that we read, it's about connective influences on language learning, and I really learned how to what strategies can I use during my classroom, not only teaching language but to teach on anything else, because we don't really take care about this when we teach anything about not only language, not only second language. We need to get we need to take the mental conditions, what strategies we can use during our classroom, or what process we can use in the classroom. I already know about multiple intelligence. I know that it exists like musical, interpersonal. I already know about that because when I was on the normal, I get this information, but I reading this chapter I can notice the importance to know this so we can use it in our classroom. We how we can um, how we can teach our students and how use their intelligences to get more learn about any time. Um, I really like to use this activity after this so I can use it with our students in another class. And the second activity that we did on this class was an infographic. I really enjoyed this activity because I really like to do more things that we can use our imagination and it's like it's free. We can use we can use our creativity to do the activity. Uh, I really enjoy more than doing an essay, more than doing a reading report. I really like to do this type of activities. Um, like PowerPoints, I really like that too. In this case, I use a program that is named Canva to do it. It was really easy to use it. We can change the colors, we can change the type of the letter, everything, add image. It's too easy to do it. I also recommend it to use like a teacher because this program charge you to use it to use like pro or more specific type of letters, etc. But if we register like a teachers, they give us this access free. You only send a letter to them and they give me the access free and give me all the options free for that instead of paying. But about this activity is for cognitive styles. When I was in the normal, I don't really read read much about this. We were the new class for my for our degree, but in this case I really enjoyed to read this about brown red, how what cognitive styles means. In this case, it refers to the manner in which the learner perceives, monitors, conceptualizes, and recalls linguistic information. How we can use these styles to uh, know how to teach the second language. In this case, not only English, we can use it to teach Spanish, etc. And what was the combination of affect and cognition? What is the learning tendencies? In this case, how the visual learning, auditory learning can assist assistive learning, detective learning. I really enjoy it, and also the reader read this chapter was really easy. It's not difficult words, difficult reading. Also, to know the second language, teachers should first break aware of the existence of different cognitive learning styles in their classes and should try to accommodate this through varying modes of instructions, not only doing what one way but do it different ways. The third activity that we did on this class was a reading report. um, I don't really like to do this type of works, but this type of activities, I'm sorry, but I know that is something that help us on our career, or also to study, or to get more information about any theme. I also put these types of activities of to my students, so I really but I don't really are I really love to do more and other things than doing this. But with this activity, I really learn about the learning strategies, what we can use in our classroom, how we can use them to to teach our students. Um, that the learning strategies refers to the actions and behaviors of a person uses to learn, that all learners use strategies to help them success, but not all are aware of the strategies they use. We really like we when we are teachers, we use strategies, but we don't name it them. But we but it's something that is useful to teach second language, to teach mathematics, to teach Spanish, to teach anything. Like Rebecca Oxford states, the most successful learners tend to use learning strategies that are appropriate to the material, to the task, and to their own goals and needs. There are studies from researchers indicate that importance of learning strategies in a language acquisition. This showed us as teachers and educators on the significance use of learning strategies compared to teaching strategies. So I think that is a theme so important that every teaching and every student needs to know, so they can know what strategies or what how they learn, and it can be useful for another on another class, or to teach another material. During the activity number 4, we did a PowerPoint presentation. On this activity, we talk about effective influences on language learning. I really enjoy to do this activity. I really like to do PowerPoint presentations. It's something that I use often on my classes, so it's so easy to me to do it. Like I said before, I use Canva to use, so I really like that application to do my presentations for my classes, or in this case for my homework. When we talk about this presentation, we talk about affective influences on on language learning, um, how if affective influence when a student learn English, how the emotions affects and their feelings, why it's so important uh, to to us like a teacher to know their emotions, their feelings, so this don't interference on the process of learning not only a second language, but learning another things, like mathematics, like another materials that we give on in middle school. We also about the theoretical perspectives, for example, the motivation for learning theory, the need for achievement theory, attribution theory theme. Also, the types of motivation in language learning, like extrinsic, intrinsic, integrative, instrumental. We also see that the motivation can be global, situational, task, and also we know that we see the components of motivations, um, like socio-educational model of education, the social milieu, individual differences, second language acquisition, context, outcomes, and the resultative that also we saw the resultative hypothesis, their success and motivation. So I really enjoyed doing this presentation. I really like how it is the final product. So I hope you enjoy it too. For the activity 5, we did a personal narrative paper. We write about our personal experience about physical and physiological factors influencing language learning. In this case, I talk about my students, some questions that they did to me, and I did some reference about the author for this chapter that we read. But also, I want to comment on this video about the age. I think that I don't touch that theme on my this topic. I'm sorry, on my personal narrative. But when I was on high school, uh, well, I did my elementary and middle school here in Mexicali, but for high school I go to Fresno. I went to Fresno to study the high school. When I get there, I don't really know anything about English. I only knew some words like the numbers, the ABC, and my name, etc. No, the things that we learn in middle school, but they are so simple. They didn't help me uh, to to make a conversation with someone, something like that. No, on the school where I went at that time, they give us the classes in Spanish, so it was really easy to me to be on that school. I learned English in a process that every year they put me on classes more difficult and where it's more English, where they give the class in English, etc. And the first classes they gave me was in Spanish. The teacher spoke Spanish, and my homework was in Spanish, etc. But when I go to another grade, they give me classes in English, etc. So I really agree with the author for these chapters or what I read, that when we are adolescents is more. I think that it's more difficult than when we are kids. to learn English, and it also seems on our accent and how we learn English. I really was so it was too hard to me to speak English when I lived there. When I turned 18 years old and I graduated from high school, I came back to Mexicali and I started speaking English because I start to work in a call center, so the English is necessary to work there. So that's when I start to speak English. But when I was there on Fresno in the high school, I never speak English because was I don't know, it's hard to me to hear someone else that speaks perfect English. But when I was here was so easy because nobody else on is not it's different to speak English with persons that is native English than a person that learn the English as a second language. So that's why I really enjoy this chapter. I really get I identify with the author says and some of the psychological factors that influencing language learning.